Hey guys, welcome back to the Poker Reborn channel. We are checking out the DLC here, of course, looking into the Retinue today. I have gone through all these different followers, and I think that there is some real... Man, there's going to be so much fun behind it. It's more what works best with your group. Either you're playing for the role play, you're playing for the different late crises, or you're playing for the legendary locations. Luckily for all these followers, it's going to follow suit with all them things. I can't wait to actually incorporate this in my channel, just because I do a lot of role play, and so to that point you'll see kind of how that unfolds and what's kind of meta too. There's some things in here that are very strong, but let's go into this here. So first off, you got the scout. 5 battles against beasts, that's pretty easy to get early on. And then you have your what you get from the scout is it makes your company travel 15% faster on any terrain, and then prevents sickness and accidents due to terrain. That's huge. There are traits that can go against you when you're traveling certain terrain. There are, for instance, let's go with like the rat catcher. If you have a rat catcher poisoning food, walking through the swamp, you can get sick, that type of thing. It can definitely affect your run. And also this 15% extra speed, man, that could be good or bad. How many times have you been, going in your second speed, and all of a sudden somebody shoots in and you get that doo-doo, and then all of a sudden you're going into combat and there's nothing you can do about it. That makes it a little bit faster. However, if you're running away from combat, this is going to work out greatly for you. There is somebody else that does synergize well with that. Next one is the negotiator. So negotiator, you have to complete 15 contracts. That's pretty easy. Makes your potential employers grow less annoyed with the demands in contract negotiations, often allowing you to ask for better pay or different terms several times over. Now, if you are a greedy son of a basket full of apples, man, if you are that person, this person is great for you. Look at his sly dog, freaking noble, stupid. Yeah, let's move on. So next one, have heart. Now this one you get right away. When I first went to go into the Retinue, as soon as I was available or able to, as a reliable renown, I was able to get this person. I didn't end up getting because 3,000 crowns, just didn't get to that point yet. I have gotten past that. That's a whole nother deal. Point is recovers all ammo. We've already seen this one. This was one of the first ones ever shown on even in the dev blogs. But yeah, you can replenish more of your ammo and supplies from the armor destroyed during battle. That is insanely strong. I could see that. This is gonna, no matter how you look at it, this is probably one of the best ones. We all know what that's like, especially when you face orcs, for instance. Once you get to that type of fight, there's probably going to be a lot that you can gain from those fights as well. Moving on, you have the cook. Now, the cook makes all provisions last 3 extra days. That is great. Increase hit point healing rate by 33%. Now this is interesting to me because this is really, I've been getting a lot of rice. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. Have not been changing it up, but either way, I've been getting a lot of rice. That's why I haven't done this. But either way, that is amazing. The healing factor being jolted up, I'm very surprised by that, because you have, well, we'll get to it, but for instance, you do have the surgeon, and you almost think that the surgeon would help that, but either way, still very cool. 3 extra days is great for some of your food. I just was blowing through my rice and I could have used 3 extra days. Moving on, you have the minstrel. Now the minstrel visited 22 settlements. I've only visited 7. Screw you, minstrel, go to hell. I don't need you. But no, makes you earn 10% more renown for every action. That is great. I mean, if you want to be a renown whore, you want to get to that legendary status, this is going to be the guy for you. Makes tavern rumors more likely to contain useful information. I do want to test this out because I don't know what he actually has in store. What are, what is really useful? What is useful information? Is it simply saying this place has treasure? if every time they're like, yes, this has treasure, or is it going to be more useful as in like actually marks it on your map? Like if it's close enough, it'll be like, oh, this place, and it's like, oh, thank you, you freaking fella, you. But yeah, so there's that possibility. Alchemist craft 15 different items for taxidermies. Now I ended up going over this on the channel when I was going through one of my, I think it was the second video review. But this is interesting to me. Has 25% chance of not consuming crafting component used by you. Oh my gosh. Guys, they changed it. They changed it since the second video. Unlock snake oil recipe to earn money by crafting various low tier components. They changed this completely. I don't know if they might have heard the video. They might have. I went over like why it's not viable. The price that you are actually paying to get Alchemist does not pay off in the end. There's like no way it pays off in the end. But yeah, that's very interesting. They changed that completely. I did not read that back. I just figured it was going to be the same thing. So let's keep going. The Brigand. This one's interesting. Raid 4 caravans. After that, the Brigand. Well, I could read that, but makes you see the position of some caravans at all times, even if outside your sight radius. So you could be in one town and 3 towns away. There is a caravan making its way that way. That could be really good if you want to play that. This is the whole role play aspect that I was talking about earlier. Very fun, very cool. Go for it. I think it'll be fun. The cartographer is one that discover a legendary location. That shouldn't be too hard. The legendary locations across the board are, if you've played the game long enough, you kind of know general locations. You're bound to come across one just going across the lands to go take on a fort or whatever it is. But once you do it, pays you between 100 and 400 crowns for every location you discover on your own. The further away from civilization, the more you're paid. Legendary locations pay double. So, I was a little confused as to what this does, because I was thinking like basic legendary locations are actual like big fight legendary locations. And this has made it kind of clear as any location that you discover on your own. To me, that sounds like a fort. It sounds like pretty much anything you can fight out in the wilderness. If you find it, I think you get crowns. But that seems a little overpowered because you're constantly getting stuff. This is going to take a little bit to figure out. You're going to have to grab it and see. Now the lookout is the one that I meant to talk about with Scout. Lookout is very interesting because after you discover 10 locations on your own, you increase your line of sight radius by 20% and reveals extended information about footprints. Now, you can do a run with the archery. You can have 3 archers, and like these different retinue followers are going to be, you're gonna be seeing the whole world, man. And I think this is so big. This is such a big deal, and the reason it works so well with Scout is because number one, with Scout, you're faster, right? And this thing's going to give you a heads up before you get hit by other raiders or anybody who's going to ambush you. It's also going to help you find legendary locations easier. And if you want to learn about the footprints and figure out what you're going up against, boom, she's your girl. Not too hard, not too big of a deal there, but still good enough. All right, now the Blacksmith. Now this is one of the ones that I was talking about with the meta aspect. I could see everybody using this. Repairs armor, helms, weapons, and shields worn by your men, even if their durability reaches 0. Increases repair by 33%. It's pretty cut and dry. You see Blacksmith, that's probably what it is. Have 5 items repaired at a town smith. That's actually pretty easy. Usually I do that quite often. Hang on 1 second, guys. Dying slowly. Alright, Quartermaster. Complete 5 caravan escort contracts. This is actually pretty cool. Increases your ammunition that you can have by 100. Increases the amount of medical supplies and tools by 50 each. I think that's really nice. Sometimes I overdo it. I've played so much Legends mod for so long that it messed me up coming back to the base game. So people that are coming back, I highly suggest going that route to protect yourself from buying things that you can't store. Either way, the recruiter. Now this one was showed in the last video, or no, it was 2 videos ago, but Jason had been talking pretty heavily about this one here. Recruit 12 men. You get the recruiter. You have the option to get the recruiter, I should say. Makes you pay 10% less up front for hiring new men and 50% less for tryouts. That part is really cool. I wish that for what would be really cool is if when you go to do tryouts, you could get a little bit more information, like where the stars are placed in the brother. I feel like that would entice people way more to use that tryout thing, because yeah, traits matter, but it's tough. It's a tough deal. Like, I would do it for bigger soldiers that I know I'm investing a lot of money into, even though I have to pay 500 to figure it out, like Hedge Knights. But still, yeah, it's all up in the air. Besides that, makes between 2 and 4 additional men to recruit in every settlement. That can actually be pretty useful. But again, it'd have to be relatively early on, and by early on, you're still at 12 men building up. So you're going to have to get a lot of fodder early on to actually get to the recruiter. Moving on, the drill sergeant. This was the first person we ever saw for the retinue. Retire a man with a permanent injury. Makes your men gain 20% more experience at level 1 and 2 less further for each level. So they did change this. Makes men in reserve never lose mood for not taking part in battles. That changed, and it's very good. I like that a lot. I actually think that's more sustainable and really nice if you're getting into the ultra late game, you lose a really good brother. Okay, so now the Paymaster. This is the big one. This one I love. Have a roster of 16 men. Reduces the daily wage of each man by 15%. Holy crap. Reduces the chance of desertion by 50%, and prevents men from demanding more money or demanding more pay in events. Screw you, guy. I'm staying home. This is the thing. This is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest one, in my opinion, because anything that reduces the cost is great. Like, there's no leeway on that. It's such a big deal to avoid a sellsword asking for more when they're already making a lot. It's bad enough right now. I'm doing the Gladiator campaign, and starting day 1, you have to pay like 168 crowns a day, and every time they level up, boom, you're already past 200. I'm already at 300, and they're all level 6. It's like, holy crap. But yeah, this thing is pretty dang sweet. I could use that in a lot of different situations. The surgeon. So the surgeon, treat 5 men with injuries at a temple. Pretty simple. Makes every man without a permanent injury guaranteed to survive an otherwise fatal blow. Boom. There you go. If you don't care about that permanent injury, that's going to save you. Makes every injury take 1 less day to heal. Can't complain with that. That's still very positive, or very solid. Next one, the trader. Sold 25 trade goods. Get your fat butt going, man. He needs to get off his arse and start selling stuff. Whatever. He's already got it down. The point is here, increases the amount of trade goods for sale by 1 for each location that produces them, like salt, near salt mines, allowing you to trade at higher volumes. This, to me, man, trader runs, there are some serious trader run things that you can roll through. You could role play hardcore with this, and I feel like that would be just fantastic. Imagine having him. You could have where is he? The minstrel, because the minstrel gives you 10% more renown. There's just different things that kind of work together. You get Paymaster, man. Money could just go flowing through your ears. I like that. I think that's going to be really cool. Moving on, the agent. Oh, hey baby, how you doing? I'm married, so we can't. Anyways, I've lost my train of thought. She's so beautiful. It's a game. Dang it, Puggo. Have allied relations with a noble house or city-state. Easy enough. Reveals available contracts in the tooltip settlements no matter where you are. Holy crap, that's fantastic. Makes good relations with any faction decay slower, and bad relations recover faster. That is, I don't know how you, I feel like the agent is going to be universal for everything. This is one of those meta things. I feel like she is going to definitely make it in the band. I just feel bad because she's going to get hit on by every single guy, and they're going to either have a brain injury or they're going to think they're too smart, or it's Dav cool. It's a cultist. I don't know what to tell you. Moving on is finally the bounty hunter. We got to see a little bit of this crazy cat. I want this guy so bad in my group. Have 3 named or legendary items in your possession. Significantly, that's a big word for this. Significantly increases the chance of encountering champions. Pays between 300 and 750 crowns for every champion slain. First thing I would do with this to get to this point would be killing goblins, because goblin champions I feel like I see all the time. And so, yeah, that's the retinue, guys. I wanted to show you that. I want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on that. Whoa, this is like something out of man, I can't even think of what it's called. Wayne's World, that's what it was. Whoa, party time, excellent. Anyways, thanks for coming out to the channel. Please hit this like, subscribe, and I will see you, you betcha, in the next one. Bye.